Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I am Clyde Whiting, back by popular demand. Tonight, we bring you the grand finale of the EDF Motorsports GT4 Tcr Challenge Season 3. And what a fantastic place to have the grand finale at Bathurst Mount Panorama. In the booth with me tonight are the usual suspects. I have Mr. Ryan Walker. Good evening.
Good evening, Clyde. Good evening, everyone.
I have Mr. Bill Switzer. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
And I also have our regular cameraman, Mr. Sam Boozin. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Right, so gents, grand finale. We'll go through the standings shortly, but we've got to give this track some sort of mention, haven't we? It's an absolutely fantastic track, Bill.
Oh, you got that right. It's my favorite track that we go to, definitely. And the only sad part is I live halfway around the world from this place. This place has everything, absolutely everything. It's definitely a challenge for any kind of car you put on here. It's got the whistles and bells. It's going to be a fantastic finish, and I'm glad the organizers have made this the final track of the season 3. It's definitely going to bring out the champions.
Well, the track choice, Bill, is not something that we have any control over because we follow the official series. So we're going to have to, for once, thank iRacing for that one.
Well, it's a wonderful conclusion to any season, really.
It certainly is. And Ryan, you know, I don't know many people that don't like this track. I can remember Johnny Brandon telling me that he didn't really like it, but I think that's probably because Nicole Foggy used to just drive away from him here. But, you know, it's a track, it's got everything, hasn't it? You know, it's got the twisty sections, it's up, it's down, it's got massive long straights for overtaking, it's got, you know, the mountain section where, you know, you've got to be absolutely, you know, check up from the neck up to even attempt an overtake there. And it can also, you know, bite you in the arse really quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those tracks that I enjoy because it's kind of, if you nail a lap around here and you complete it, it feels rewarding, but it's also technical, and you've kind of got to be very cautious in a way as well, so you don't hit the walls, especially in the mountain section. But it's got plenty of passing opportunities with the chase by Murray's Corner, and also the run up Mountain Straight heading up to Griffin's Bend. And then also you've got that tricky section as well with Skyline over the mountain. You've got to be very careful, otherwise it can end up in disaster. And it might just be me, but Bathurst is it's kind of like a little brother, if you like, of the Nordschleife.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. Although I think Bathurst is a bit easier to learn. Bill,
Yeah.
you know, these are 60-minute races, and we know how quickly it can all go wrong at Bathurst. What do you think we're going to see from these drivers tonight? You know, bear in mind probably, well, definitely the TCR Championship is probably done and dusted by Chris Shaw, who's not with us tonight. But Tyler Newitt has had a fantastic run of results and has really put the pressure on Stuart Dick. So, do you think these drivers will go conservative to protect the cars and get, you know, a good finish, or do you think we'll see some of them that just hang everything out and see what happens?
Yeah, I think that's a product of what the driver is like. I mean, if the driver's a charger, he's going to charge here, whether he's 1,000 points ahead or 1,000 points behind. It's just, I guess it's human nature. But of course, like Ryan said, you know, there's certain spots in this track where, you know, it's a reminder. If you've had a difficulty in a certain area, it always brings back memories, and it's in the back of your mind. I don't care how hard you concentrate on it, forgetting about it. But it's definitely a true test of how good you are. It's a great track. I consider my number one track, even though I can't do crap here, but it's a wonderful, sensational track, and I think, to be honest with you, I think you're going to see charging no matter what happens.
Yeah, I think Ryan was right, when he says, when you've nailed a lap round Bathurst, because, you're a fag paper away from every single wall through the mountain. The back end wants to wag, especially when you come out of Forest Elbow. And you know when you've done a good lap. So we are just over 5 minutes into qualifying. Before we look at what's going on in tonight's race, let's have a look back to last week, where in GT4, Tyler Newitt made it 4 in a row with another win at Sonoma. Stuart Dick came home second, and Rob Venn rounded out the podium. In TCR was another win for Chris Shaw, another second place for Gary Craig, and a third place for Carl Hardy. So in the standings, that has made things really, really interesting, especially the GT4 standings. So Stuart Dick currently leads the way on 1,690 points. But Tyler Newitt, with those 4 wins on the trot, has narrowed that gap to 34 points. He now sits on 1,656. Still a battle for third place as well, with AAA sitting on 1,471. And Paul Burgess on 1,437. And Rob Venn's got himself up there in 5th because he's had some fantastic results lately. Into TCR, like I say, Chris Shaw has basically got this done and dusted, unless we decide to fine him 500 points for not turning up. He's on 1922. Gary Craig has pretty much sewn up second place with 1664, and Tom Stanley. Is Tom with us tonight? I don't believe
don't believe so, no.
So if Scott Malcolm gets a good result, he could take home third place instead of Tom Stanley. And Carl Hardy and David Ayres are currently battling for 5th place. There's 49 points between those two, with Carl currently leading the way. And in the team standings, Asymmetric GT4 currently leading the way with 3076. Then we've got two of the BSTV esports teams. Yellow sitting on 2822 and green on 2672. Result Clothing in 4th with 2236, and 9th Light Racing in 5th with 2113. So that brings you up to date with all the standings. At the end of this race, I will, while the guys are doing a recap, I will just mute myself, upload the scores, so we can crown for definite our champions. Right, guys, qualifying. 8 minutes gone. Currently, we have AAA sitting on provisional pole in GT4. Mr. Onion, as we like to call him, Jaroslav Sabula in second place. Didn't think he was racing tonight, thought he was working, but he's either chucked a sickie or swapped a shift or something, and he's with us. Tyler Newitt is currently rounding out the provisional podium in third place. In TCR, we have Pete Van Gool doing really, really well with a provisional pole position. Pete Bingham, scoreboard must be upside down because Pete Bingham is in second, and Gary Craig currently runs in third position. Ryan, any surprises there apart from Pete?
Peter Van Gool, not so much. He's a name I recognise from racing other series and racing in the same league as him in the past, and he's always been quick, so no surprise to see him at the top of TCR. But the other Pete, a bit surprised, because normally most of the time whenever we look at him, he's always in the wall or in the gravel.
He's usually in the wall somewhere, isn't he? Yeah, and what you're saying about Pete Van Gool, yes, I I don't speak to Pete very often, but I know his name from many other series, and I think he's took a little while to get used to the car, but now he's starting to show his true pace. But then, to be fair, I think that whole TCR field, it's been a bit of a swap round this season. We normally have, TCR has been Chris Shaw and who am I trying to think of? Who's the other
Stanley?
Tom Stanley, obviously, yes. But with those guys not here, you could look at any of those guys in TCR to take this win home tonight. Pete has obviously just dropped down the rankings there, but Pete Van Gool, Carl Hardy, David Ayres, Gary Craig, Mark Heron, Scott Malcolm, a definite, have got a chance of winning. James Neve is, I believe, from what we've seen of him so far, he's come in as Roger Morton's teammate. And I think he's getting quicker as he gets used to the car. And we've all seen the improvements that Martin Brennan has made since he joined us. So the TCR Championship itself, to me, is absolutely fascinating. And then, same thing in GT4, but a little different dynamic. So, again, if I was going to pick a winner tonight, it could come from so many drivers. AAA, we know, is quick. Mr. Onion, we know this is his favourite track ever. He will basically race a shopping trolley round here if he could. Tyler Newitt, we know, can win. He's just done 4 on the trot. Stuart Dick can win races. Paul Burgess can win races. Rob Venn has just improved massively this season, and he's got a number of podiums to his name, so the win for Rob is not far away. We've seen Stefan Goebel up there. Yaz Samai is another one that has improved this season. We know how quick Marcus Bletz is. He hasn't really shown it in this car yet, but we know he can do it. Ben Cullen, you stick him in a GT3 car, absolutely fantastic. That form is going to come in the GT4s soon. And Jamie Jeffrey was doing really, really well in GT4, switched to the TCR, was a little bit not so good, and now he's gone back to the GT4s. So, you just look, I'll throw that at you, Bill. You look up and down both fields, and it's like, where is the winner going to come from? There's so many drivers that can win this race, and throw into the mix that it's Bathurst and anything can happen. We could have a first-time winner tonight.
Most definitely, and I think you explained it very well. I think not to put GT4 down, I think it's a fantastic series, but I have to tell you, this TCR tussle we have going in our little league here, it's really amazing. I think it's the epitome of spec racing, kind of. It's so evenly matched. These guys, work hard to improve, and the ones that have worked hard are getting rewarded, as you mentioned earlier. It's such a fascinating series. Gary Craig, which we know is not a new driver by any means, but boy, oh boy, I mean, the amount he's come up this season. And we bust Pete Bingham, but Pete Bingham, with a little break, he could win too, believe me. And the newer guys, like you mentioned, Martin Brennan, and not sure about Mr. Neve, whether he's a seasoned guy or not, but it's not going to take long for these guys to get better. And like you said, the winner can come from anywhere. And GT4, I totally agree with you. I remember we were talking about how the Porsche is the underpowered car, and there's no way it can compete. I mean, Stuart Dick's up in front almost all the time. Of course, he's an exception, but he's still very fast, and in a car that's not supposed to be as powerful. So it's really a great series. I think the matching of these cars is excellent, and you are absolutely right. Anybody could win this race tonight.
And Ryan, when I interview people for jobs at work, I always like to throw in that really horrible question of, if I was you, why would I employ you? Now, if I said to you, pick a winner in both classes tonight, that's another horrible question, isn't it? Because as we've just explained, it could come from anywhere tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so difficult because everyone's got good skills about them. They might not have like outright pace, like being up at the front all the time, but some drivers could just do a good job of finishing races and picking up points, maybe just helping the team in the team's championship. So even if you're not at the front, just finishing races and picking up points for the team and helping them in a team's championship is a big help. But someone like, for example, looking at someone like Stefan Goebel, for example, he finishes races. Yeah, he's not up at the front, challenging for wins or podiums most of the time, but he still finishes races, picks up the points, and does a decent job along with his teammate as well, Marcus Blitz. VTS as well in general, I think they finish races, pick up points, and get the job done, and it helps them in the team standings.
Yeah, I look at, say, we know how difficult this track can be. I look at, say in the TCR now, David Ayres sitting in third, Pete Bingham sitting in fourth. Although it's just changed because Gary's pipped him. But my point is, first and second, if they're close, they can quite easily have a coming together. If there's back markers and you catch them in the wrong place, there can be a coming together. If you're sitting in third, fourth, fifth with a clean car, it's not over till everybody else, till the leaders cross the finishing line, because we've seen people run out of fuel on the last lap. We've seen people bin it on their own on the last lap. We've seen people crash into other people on the last lap, and somebody from deeper in the field has won it. And to me, I think the combination tonight of all of the drivers in each class being so closely matched on talent, speed, and the nature of the track, it's just, we don't know till the race is over, but it's got the ingredients to be absolutely fantastic. So that's really enough talking for me. I've done far too much talking. I've probably done more than I would have done. Let's just have a quick look at the chat. So we mentioned Johnny Brandon earlier, and Ivanzo27, no idea who that is, could be Craig McLeod Evans, possibly, who listens to Brandon. Yeah, got to agree with that. Mike Frost is obviously fell over and banged his head because he says Pete has got a win in him. Stacey is on the chat and saying hope that Bill is feeling better.
Thank you, Stacey. Appreciate that.
Pete Gould just doing a smiley thing. Don't know why. Perhaps we said something that he liked. I'm not sure. And Mark Elvidge has tipped Carl Hardy for TCR win tonight. So that's Carl's race over before it's even started. So where are we, guys? 18 and a half minutes coming to the end of qualifying. So not worth anybody going out now because they're not going to get another quick lap in. AAA currently sits on provisional pole. Mr. Onion currently sits second. Tyler Newt third. So no change there. All change in TCR. Pete Van Gool still sits on provisional pole with Carl Hardy in second and David Ayres in third. David Ayres is my dark horse for this in TCR, just incidentally.
I have to tell you, depending on how those two guys finish, that's going to be a little rivalry in the office, so to speak.
Especially if there's a coming together. I wonder if they take it out on each other the next day.
Oh, my.
Andrew McKinley has just ruined Scott Malcolm's race by cheering for him.
Uh-oh.
Although I think crew chief might do that for Scott anyway.
Or one of his fuel calculators. How many did he have, Ryan? What was it, 74 or something like that? Jeez.
Something like that. A lot anyway.
So I wonder if Stacey and Martin have got their internet sorted out yet, or whether they're still on phones or robbing their next door neighbours.
Well, Martin's kind of down near the bottom there, which kind of surprises me because he's improved quite a bit. But
yeah, I think obviously Martin is new to iRacing as well, and where most of us that have been on here for a few years have probably done thousands of laps of Bathurst.
that's
I
true.
can,
This is a
I
tough
can remember
track.
the first time I raced around here, and it was like, what the hell is this track? Well, I'm going up a mountain. Oh, I'm going down a mountain now. Oh, look, there's a long straight.
The toughest part is you take off and you go, well, this isn't bad. Left turn, go up a nice long
Yeah.
straightaway, and then all of a sudden, like you're in a roller coaster. Holy
Yeah, that's
God.
right. And then you do your practice laps, and you're doing really, really well. Then the race starts. You go over that little rise on the wrong side of the road, and you're in the wall, and you're like, well,
Yep.
what happened there? I've never done that before.
Yeah, this is a tough course to be good at, no doubt.
I agree, Andrew. I hope Scott can get up there because he is fighting for third place in the championship.
I'll tell you, he's a late race charger. It's just a shame he couldn't step up a couple places in qualifying. That would help him a lot.
Yeah, and we've spoke to Scott about that, haven't we? And he knows that's that's his Achilles heel, isn't it? He's qualifying. So, who have we got on track?
We got the
We've still
checker
got
flag
two
out.
cars on track. We've got Mr. Onion and Tyler Newitt still on track, allegedly, according to the timing screen, anyway.
Jaroslav just pulled off.
Yeah, he was all yellows. Tyler's got a couple of green sectors, but he was 4/10 slower than his quickest lap.
Let me tell you, those first 5 guys in GT4 are going to be pretty interesting. They're pretty close together.
Yeah, to me, it depends on the start. Are people gonna race each other at the start and potentially cause issues, or are people going to be sensible and go, do you know what? It's an hour-long race. I'll just fall in line and see what speed I've got once the tyres are warmed up.
Yeah, they're sensible till the green light comes on.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden things change. All your planning goes out the window.
Exactly, yes. Evening to Sebastian Prang on the chat. I'm told that it's a definite 2-stopper. Unless there's a safety car. And then possibly with fuel saving, it's a 1-stopper. Just a reminder to everybody, the random safety car could come out anywhere between minute 15 and minute 45. We're just waiting for the session to tick over. Then the guys will run you through your starting grids.
Okay, here we go. For GT4, we got Abdel El Amri on the pole. First, of course, that's the pole. Second is Jaroslav Sebula. I'm sorry. Damn it. Third is Tyler Newitt. Fourth, Stuart Dick. Fifth, Paul Burgess. Sixth, Rob Venn. Seventh, Marcus Blitz. Eighth, Stefan Goebel. Ninth is Yaz Samai. 10th, Ben Cullen. And 11th, Jamie Jeffrey.
Yep, and taking the pole position in the TCRs with Pete Van Gogh with Gary Craig alongside him in the front row. Then on row 2, we've got Carl Hardy with David Ayres alongside him. And then 5th place, we've got Pete Bingham with 6th place, Mark Heron. 7th, Scott Balcom, James Neve in 8th. And rounding out the grid in 9th in the TCRs is Martin Brennan.
Right, so who are we waiting to grid? It'll be our pole sitter.
Yeah, and you were talking about safety cars as well, Clyde. There's one downside for the safety car driver around this track is there's no gravel for him to run around in. So yeah, don't hit the wall.
Well, let's hope the safety car doesn't come out.
I had to get that in for the last time this season.
Yeah, and for anybody interested, Ryan is looking for work for next season.
Yeah, I'm cheap, so I'll probably make it easier.
Can't actually remember where we start here. It's somewhere down Comrod, isn't it?
It appears to be there. Almost looks like before the turn at the bottom of the hill coming down.
Yeah, it looks like I just had a quick look. It's definitely Conrad straight before the chase.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, straight into it, yep. I'm sure the TCRs are going to give plenty of room to the GT4s tonight. Off the start, anyway.
Well, they're still sitting there. Wow, okay.
Yeah. We all know what the start of Bathurst can be like.
Yep.
Hopefully most of these drivers are sensible in lap one.
There's that word again, sensible. I don't know.
Well, these guys have proved to be sensible, haven't they, for the last three seasons? So
it appears they're gone. GT4
yeah,
is on its way.
A's gone. He's got a good jump there.
AAA is going to lead into Hell Corner, followed by.
Whoa! AAA!
AAA! Is that Tyler?
Oh goodness!
That is Tyler. He sideswiped. I didn't actually see it. I think AAA got on the grass.
TCR is coming through first through Hell Corner.
And if AAA did get on the grass and slam into Tyler, which has obviously helped Stewart, he is going to be absolutely gutted because he is not that sort of racer. He would have liked them to.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, he would have. He would have liked them to. Yeah, he did, didn't he? How did he end up so wide?
I don't know.
And why is my replay not working?
Yeah, I wonder if he just carried too much speed or maybe just tried to get on the power too early and just ran wide.
Well, TCR, Pete Van Gool is still in the lead, going up over the mountain. He's coming up by, where's he near? Going towards Skyline or McPhillamy Park or whatever they call it.
I think AAA will be double gutted, won't he? A, because he's thrown away a potential win, and B, because he's got involved in the championship fight when he wouldn't have wanted that.
Nobody collapses as hard as he does when that kind of stuff happens.
No.
He feels terrible.
Yeah, Tyler's getting back through the field now, and I think his teammate Rob Venn will probably make it easier and just let him by.
There he is in the inset. He doesn't look happy there, really. Shaking his head, no. It's early, Abdul. Stand on the gas, buddy. And Carl Hardy is really on the back of Pete Van Gool coming into the chase.
Yeah, these four have pulled a little smidgen of a gap. Well, actually, those three have pulled a gap now to Gary Craig, with a little gap back to Pete Bingham.
And David Ayres is not going to let Carl Hardy get away.
No, David Ayres is going to give it to him, without a doubt. David Ayres is I don't know, he's a very underrated driver. He's another one of those that you know, when we say drivers don't do anything spectacular.
Exactly.
But they manage to stealth their way into positions that you sort of look and you go, how the hell did he get up there?
Yeah, exactly.
He's one of those drivers.
Gary Craig's looking.
He's going for the move. Oh,
Whoa!
Yeah, Gary had to back out of that.
Good move, Gary. That could have been bad.
Pete's now having a look at Gary.
Pete,
That would be a lover's tiff if them two come together.
Pete, this is the crash area. Take it easy, bud. And
He's got his
Aaron's
extra
behind
wide
him.
bumpers. Don't worry.
Yep.
oh,
Whoa! Feedback goes on the fence.
What is going on with the leaders? It's
Got
like
into
a
the wall.
curse. But, you know, that's what we said at the start. That's what this track can do.
Yeah, it can.
You know, my experience of racing around here, and I'm rubbish, is I can do the same thing 10 laps on the trot, and for some reason on lap 10 it bites me.
Yep.
Oh,
There's the replay.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez.
that was self-inflicted. Who said Carl Hardy was going to win? Somebody did, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was Mark Elvidge.
oh, Tyler in the wall.
Whoa! Oh,
Yeah, I
baby.
think I would guess Tyler was carrying damage. Oh, who was that?
That was Ben Cullen.
The heck did he do that for? He must have, coming out of Murray's, he must have got off the side and went across the track or something. Here's a replay of Tyler. Same thing. Yep, boom.
Yeah. It was
Ooh, wow.
the Ben one I was interested in because I just see his car parked.
Here he comes. Here's the replay. Hit the
too
curb.
much of the curb,
Hit the
yeah.
curb, yep.
Well, I don't think he crashed, did he?
It looked like he parked right there. Okay, that's it. Found the parking spot.
Yeah, and as I just mentioned on the chat, I told people on Discord that they don't have to worry about BSTV drivers. They can drive around Bathurst. They all crashed. So you're safe, guys. And Tyler just said it froze in the last corner. So
Right. Okay.
it's just an excuse, Tyler. We know.
Yes,
We will accept
yeah.
it for today. That's fine.
Yeah, I think he borrowed that excuse book from Pete, didn't he? And it's a massive book as well.
This is a difficult track to be really good at. I mean, like you guys have mentioned, it can bite you anywhere.
I've
He's
got
back
Rob
on
Ben
track,
in the
though.
pits as well.
Wow.
Rob Venn crashed somewhere.
Whoa! Crash! He got pile drive by some. What the heck was that ran into the
I
back
think that
of
was
him?
Jamie Jeffrey.
Yeah, I think it.
Oh,
I think that's
goodness.
a bit blind. If we could see that from Jamie's on board,
Probably blind. Probably
I
that's
think
a
you'll
blind.
find that's blind. I think
Yeah,
Rob
it
has spun, hasn't he, on his own?
Then he got pile drive by Jamie. Yeah.
That's the thing with this track as well. If, but especially at that corner, you're coming up and yeah, your spotter might say,
Oh yes. Surprise!
There you go.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
Oh baby.
Yeah, no fault there.
Now,
I
hard.
think that's one thing of this place as well, though. You've got to be very careful in that section, and most of the time, some people just don't slow down enough. But that's just the nature of Bathurst, that you can't see anything.
That's right.
But yeah, a person that's had a good start to the race through all those issues is Stefan Goble in fourth.
Then what's really funny after all that chaos that you go through the mountain, then you come out of Forest Elbow and you go down the fastest straightaway in Australia. So figure that out. That's kind of funny.
You know, these TCRs are not giving up. Well, there's less than a second between each of the top 5.
Yeah, after Pete Van Gool's short command of the lead, he's dropped back to 8th place at this time behind Martin Brennan.
So, you know,
Whoa! That was Mark Heron into the wall, I believe. Or did he miss it? He was pretty darn close, if he did.
Yeah, he's clipped it.
he's definitely got damage, hasn't he?
Yeah, he crushed the right side in there.
And that is the thing with this track. Like 85% of the track, there is no room for error. If you're offline,
oh yeah, boom. Yep.
Yeah, you're going to find a wall
for sure. Whoops! Who just went around? Oh, that's James Neve. Yeah. Oh, he's on the top of the mountain. Oh boy.
Front end damage.
Yeah. Talk about a blind spot. Come over there. Oof. He was lucky nobody was behind him. And here we got Mark Heron and Scott
Malcolm, yeah.
Oh, Mark's off the side of the track again, but he saved it.
That's AAA on Jamie Jeffrey, who's carrying that damage from the blind crash he had with Rob Venn.
And Mark Heron, after that little, he's in the pits, by the way. David Ayres and Mark Hardy, Carl Hardy side by side. Carl's going to take him, I think. Yep, went by him. Pie Man's not going to tolerate that.
No, he'll probably shove another pie in his mouth and go again.
More fuel.
And Gary Craig and Pete Bingham behind these two, you know, they know that these two are going to race each other. It's not going to be a procession.
Absolutely. And at this point, with still a little less than 50 minutes to go, they're going to hang back a little bit, I would think.
Although it has been a bit of a curse leading this race so far tonight, so...
Well, Jaroslav Sabula doesn't think so. He's 5 seconds ahead of Stuart Dick at this point. Of course, this is his track, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, I said before, you know, this he would race a shopping trolley around here.
A good lad. He used to race with us in V8s.
The gear change always sounds weird in that TCR when you're watching it.
Yeah, it does.
So that's Marcus Blitz, I think, just getting past his teammate there.
Oh, look at these two guys.
Yeah. Yeah, Dumb and Dumber are sticking together.
That's funny.
And then obviously in first and second, we've got Dumber and Dumberer.
Wow, look at this. side by each.
Yeah, they're taking it in turns to lead laps. And pulled the gap on the BSTV guys as well.
So I'm saying this TCR division is fantastic.
So we're 13 minutes in.
Well, let's see. Scott Malcolm has moved up to 5th place, and Martin Brennan has moved up to 6th, with Pete Van Gool right behind him.
So yeah, evening to James on the chat, one of our favourite viewers. He's also cheering for Carl.
You don't suppose they're pie salesmen, do you?
Well, I don't know. I think Stacey's after something because she's cheering for Martin. So I don't know if it's a birthday coming up or something.
Okay.
Pete seems to have dropped a long way back,
Yeah,
doesn't
he has.
he? In front of
Yeah.
Gary there.
Wonder if he had a moment or something somewhere. That's kind of weird.
Oh, Carl a bit wide there.
Yeah, David Ayres looked inside too. You're right, Ryan.
Yeah, I wonder if Gary and Pete's maybe just decided to just not fight each other and try and close up to the back of the two result cars.
Could
Well,
be.
that would be the sensible thing to do, but I just don't quite understand why Pete has dropped so far back, unless he's had a little moment somewhere.
He could have, yeah.
Which is very easy on this track. I think every
Sure.
corner's a moment.
Yes, it is.
See, I knew it. It's Stacey's birthday tomorrow, so yeah, she's
nice.
after something.
Hope you have a happy birthday, Stacy.
Oh wow, she just sent me a picture of cake. Now that's made me really hungry.
And
That's
hopefully,
like properly teasing me, that is.
maybe that's what she's doing too. I tell you, I hope Stacy gets her internet all squared away for our next season. I'd like to have her in the booth more often. She was a lot of fun to have around.
Wonder how old Stacey is tomorrow. Is there an age limit on strippers?
69.
Or do they do, like, you know, mature strip clubs where the older strippers go? I don't know.
I like the ones where you can. I like the nightclubs where you can go cougar hunting.
You are really a bad young man, Ryan.
Oh, tell me about it. Or as we call it in Scotland, when it comes to going to nightclubs, we call it, what is it, granny grabbing. Oh dear.
Gary Craig is...
Whoa! Nice recovery. I thought
That was a
he
good
was
save.
going.
What did he do? Lock the fronts up there?
Looked that way.
I was just going to say, obviously it's helped, but I was just saying Gary Craig seems to be clawing these in.
Yeah.
Obviously that little moment, a little code brown there from David has helped.
Well, Pete is back over 2 seconds now.
Yeah. Although,
Maybe
to be fair to Pete, it's probably the furthest he's ever been at Bathurst.
Maybe Pete's giving him a head start to be fair.
I don't think he's seen Conrad very often. He's usually dead before then.
For the viewers, Clyde is being evil because he and Pete teamed up for a race here one time, and they were all geared up, all excited to do it. And Pete gets out there, and in 50 laps, he crashes the car. Clyde never got to drive, so he's not happy.
We've got we're seeing Marcus Blett slowly reeling in Paul Burgess in GT4. Getting a lot of shouts for Carl Hardy on the chat. Martin Sampson has just chirped in with a go pie man.
Yeah, I guess Carl's bribing them with pies.
Carl, just for James, Carl is number 173 in the yellow safeguard car with the awful green wheels.
He really. And a shout out to Carl Hardy. He certainly works hard at getting better, and if anybody has earned it, it's surely Carl Hardy.
Nah, I think it's just luck.
Pie ballast.
Yeah. There's about 17 steak and kidney pies stuck under that rear wing to keep the rear wheels on the floor.
Slow motion.
Ooh, super slow-mo. Look how close David
Whoa.
Ayres is to the wall. But that's what you have to do round here to be quick. You have to almost touch those walls, and that is probably why I'm not quick round here, because walls frighten the life out of me.
Well, that's a very deceptive look, too. I tell you, you are flying up through there, and it's, like you said, you get so close, you think, oh, here it comes. You're waiting for the big bang, but never. It's really a difficult area right there. That's the toughest part of the track. And Forest Elbow, Jesus. Should be a simple corner. It's not. It's so hard to get the line through there correct. Certainly getting a draft on that. Look at David Ayres close up on the back of him.
Yeah, these two are doing a really good job,
They're doing wonderfully,
individually and as a. Oh, they're in the pits.
Wow, there's a strategy for you.
Well, we said it was going to be a two-stopper. And that's pretty much a third of the race gone, so might not be a bad idea.
No, Gary Craig has assumed the lead in TCR with Pete Bingham right behind him. He's back almost 3 seconds now.
Well, Gary's a big fan of running the car as light as possible, so where tactics allow, just running the tank dry. And obviously Pete can't count because he usually just does whatever Gary does.
And in GT4, we still got Jaroslav Sabula up in the front with a 9, almost a 10-second lead on Stuart Dick. Wow.
Stuart won't be worried about that at all. All Stuart is worried about is finishing in front of Tyler.
He's probably thankful that Jaroslav didn't start at the beginning of this season.
So Mark Heron is. That's all right. That's David Ayres. I was just trying to work out how he got up the front there, but those two have pitted.
They came out in front of Mark Heron. Yeah.
Triple A going past Yaz. I think Carl Hardy got a decent gap on that pit stop over David Ayres.
I wonder if he took the same amount of fuel. I don't know.
Jamie Jeffrey done? Is this a replay or is it live?
What the heck is he doing?
I think he hit a wall somewhere in the mountain, but I don't have the footage of it.
Yeah.
Because he seems to struggle with the car.
Yeah, the
And
right
he's
hand
now
side
in
of
the
that
pits.
car is proper beat up, innit?
And speaking of which, he's in the pits now.
It's Martin Brennan with Ben Cullen behind him, and then Pete Van Gool, who was our pole sitter in TCR. These two have been running together, teammates, for quite a few laps now. Triple A is closing in on these two.
Oh, Martin.
Oh, what is he? He's just lost that on the way in, I think.
Yeah, I think it's over the mountain. He's just lost the
Yeah.
rear, I think.
So easy to do. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sure we'll have a swear box update from Stacey. Oh, that is properly monged at the front. Oh, what happened to Mark there? Just looked like he went straight instead of turning the corner.
Yeah, I wonder if he carried too much speed and yeah, just lost the rear.
Yeah, he's already lost the rear, hasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he
That's
got
a
some airtime as well.
fantastic shot, that. Not for Mark, obviously, but for us, that was fantastic. Well, we've seen quite a few self-inflicted incidents.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the pit stops from David Ayres and Carl Hardy. I wonder if they pitted early just to try and get some clear track.
Yeah, possibly. I say if it is a two-stopper, which we're led to believe, there's certainly no harm in splitting the race into three parts, is there? That would mean they would pit again around minute 40.
Stuart Dixon as well, so is Yaroslav. I wonder if the two VTS cars are coming to the pits together.
So Paul Burgess has stayed out.
Triple A's in as well.
Like Yaz has stayed out as well, so teammates there staying out. Tyler won't pit for another 25 laps. Yeah, how far can Paul and Yaz go?
And AAA has down Marcus Blatt and Stefan Goebel into the pits.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he? Yeah.
Oh, Gary Craig is in as well. Someone just robbed your house, Clyde.
That was a bloody kid on a silly little hairdryer thing going past.
It looks like David Dares has managed to get back in front of Gary Craig after the stops. And also Paul Burgess is in from the leading GT4.
Clyde, did I hear a chainsaw outside your house or something?
Yeah, that's what it sounded like, doesn't it? Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Paul Burgess is taking tires all round. And also Yaz Sumayaz as well, I think. Oh, safety car.
Safety car, safety car, safety car.
Well, this could change a few things.
Yes, and leader is on Skyline now, which is great. Plenty of time to catch the safety car.
Well, Jaroslaw, you know that 10-second lead you had? Go on.
Oh, Carl Hardy's in the pits again.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
it's a good call from Carl to go now into the pits because we knew we had to pit again, and now he's gonna save fuel behind the safety car.
Yeah, good call from him as well.
So he can basically top it up and make it. Can he make it the rest of the way?
He should be able.
This will also help Tyler Newitt, too.
Oh, Clive's got his headset muted. Yeah, got Pete Van Gogh and Stuart Dick coming out the pits as well. And yeah, it looks like Marcus Blitz and Stefan Goebel coming around as well. So just waiting for the safety car or waiting for these guys to catch up to the safety car.
Yeah, AAA and Tyler are in the pits again. for
So
AAA and first time for Tyler, which is great. Tires as expected, and Ben is in the pit again.
yeah, so it looks like excuse
And
me,
Colin?
it looks like Tyler's took tires, and they pretty much say, as it stands, just about 25 minutes remaining. I'm guessing that Tyler can possibly make it to the end.
Yeah, he should. Those two should go around, shouldn't they? I don't know. Did they pit though? I don't know. Hope somebody know. Oh, there they go. Looks like they're going by now.
Yeah, because I told him to. I don't think he has the chat in game activated, which is mandatory for the race because of this. So yeah, he will have to activate the chat at some point because that's not possible. It's the second time he does mistakes behind safety car. So yeah, it's not gonna work.
Yep, as everyone's catching up to the safety car now, Witz is heading into the mountain section, and hopefully the safety car driver doesn't hit the wall. But now I've said that, I've probably jinxed it.
Wait a minute.
Now I know it's Jaroslav that does the mistakes.
Oh dear. There's one thing missing from this safety car at the moment is the Benny Hill theme tune. And if we'll say Yaroslav lets everyone by, and if you don't know
I
who
wonder. Now they were letting Pete Gould go by. I wonder if Jaroslav's going to hold back now for a minute.
Yeah, it will do because I don't know if people told him on the chat, but I did. So
Oh, good.
there we go. There is.
Good. There you go.
Oh, Martin Brennan's off. That was
Whoop.
I was under the safety car as well. Oh,
He's trying to catch up with the back. They sent him around, I think.
I shouldn't laugh, but that was just too funny. Oh, he just lost it on the curb.
You all right there, Sam, or are you laughing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Martin because he had a wave by and he's probably back behind the pack now, which is not really good for him.
I think Martin's been taking
Oh,
lessons
and
from
safety car
safety
only
car
2
him.
laps. Okay, my bad.
All right, we're going.
And the safety car didn't crash.
Yeah, and only did 2 laps, which is
Tyler running wide.
Yeah, it's a long lap.
yeah,
And I had
Yes.
the leaders behind me.
yeah, but the Tcr field has not catch up. So
Yeah, that's
No.
fine. They're all slow.
Yeah, Stuart Dixon third place in GT4, but he's got to be careful with the championship on the line.
Yeah, so Yarrick now needs to try and build that lap again.
Well, I'll tell you, when the green came back out, he took off like he was on fire. I'll tell you, he's pulled out quite a bit already. Second through fourth is a really close little battle here, though. Paul Burgess, Stuart Dick, let's see, who was that? Stefan Goebel and Marcus Blitz.
Yeah, the two VTS guys having a good race as well.
They're really a good team. They're a good team in the other division we run too, the BRA GTCC. Matter of fact, they're team-wise, they're leading the championship over in that league.
Well, it looks like Tyler's got the run on AAA as a head down to Murray's corner, but looks like AAA goes defensive and makes a move on Yasamai.
Look at this. Whoa.
Yeah, Tyler's got nowhere to go, has he?
He's kind of boxed in right now.
I think that for Stuart Dick, with him pretty much having the advantage in the championship as it stands, I think Tyler's pretty much just got to, at this stage anyway, just go for it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's basically that attitude of win it or bin it. But on the other hand as well, I think AAA will be helping Stuart because I don't think he'll let Tyler go by as easy. That easily, I should say.
Whoop. Uh-oh. Tyler wants around bad.
So hard to do it through that sector.
Oh, it sure is. It's possible, but you don't have much room to spare for sure.
But Yaz disappearing a couple of times there, so don't know if he needs some more new hamsters.
Maybe. Maybe the hamster belt broke or something. Maybe it needs replacing.
Maybe he's not paying them enough.
It could be.
Tyler's getting close on the slipstream, but I don't think. He's got the run. He's getting closer as they head down to the chase, but
He's going after him.
Yeah, if you can get alongside, you should get it done. But AAA can defend on the inside.
it looks like Tyler's holding it on the outside and he's got it done.
Yeah. So 43 minutes gone.
Wow.
There's Mr. Triple A himself with his 842-inch curved monitor.
That is one huge screen.
We
Yeah,
need to find out how much he paid for that, I think.
yeah, I have to be honest, I was actually tempted to save up and buy one of them.
And how much are they, Ryan?
I've not got a Scooby.
Ah,
How heavy that thing is. Well, of course, most of the new screens are so thin and light now. They're not bad anymore. But that thing almost looks like you need 2 strong men and a boy to pick it up, though.
Ah, it's a bit sad looking at Tyler's camera. There's no pornography magazines in the background.
Yeah, he cleaned everything up. I see the drawers are all closed and everything. There's something on the floor there. Probably a
yeah,
shirt
pair of dirty underpants, I reckon.
or shirt or something. Yeah.
I reckon he had a little touching cloth session before the race. Had to whip them off quickly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I was going to say something to that, but I'll keep my dirty mind quiet.
I think oh, Abdul just got into the wall and coming out of Forest Elbow there on the side.
We are a family show.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of people saying, "Oh, it's too early before the watershed."
So yeah, I've got Jamie Jeffrey crashed and then went straight to the pits.
Well, here he is. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, boom on the outside.
Yeah.
Whoa! Ouch.
When she's gone, she's gone. Oh, and twice just to make sure.
It's not been the best of days for Jamie.
He said, "I'm going to make sure I."
No, and he's gone.
Oh,
Triple A is hanging it out.
Nice catch. Wow.
Yeah, I bet his ass was having kittens there. Tyler's not too far back when you look at it.
No, I think Tyler really needs to win, doesn't he?
And I think it's pretty much one of those races that I think he's got to get by the VTS cars as quickly as possible if he wants to try and catch up to Stuart. But at the moment, Stuart's just doing what he needs to do and stay in front of him.
Yeah, Stewart appears to be kind of driving semi-conservative as well as you can at Bathurst. Haven't heard Paul Burgess' name too much today, but he's running along in second place, pretty decent.
Yep.
Stewart looks like he's putting the move.
Oh, Triple A! Whoa!
Wow! Oh.
He's pushing the boundaries.
Oh, that was close.
Looks like Tyler's making a move on Steph. Oh, I thought he was like. Oh, actually, he does go for a move on Stephen Froome at Bartholomew Park.
That was a gutsy move.
That's a second-hand Audi.
Yep, as Car Hardy goes by, and
He's parked it, yeah.
That's too bad. Let's see what happened here. Oh, we're back live again, sorry.
I think if Stuart gets a run on the exit of turn 1 on Paul, I think he'll go for the move and try and get by.
Yeah, let's see how he does at Hell's Corner. Looks like he's setting up for an over-under. Well, not quite.
But with the BMW as well, it's always been quick in a straight line.
Yeah, it seems to have a bit more grunt and those kind of things.
Also closing on the Burgess and Dick as well. But it looks like Marcus Blitz is closing these guys down.
I believe that's Stefan Goebel, I think.
Let me see. Stefan Goebel.
No, you're right. You're right. It is Marcus. I beg your pardon, Ryan. You are correct.
It's all good.
Whoa!
Oh, Marcus just avoided the wall.
He almost kissed the fence that time. Woo! Maybe doing a little mirror drive and watching Tyler behind him or something. Woo.
That was Tyler's right in the back of Marcus now, and I think if Tyler gets a run, I don't think Marcus will make it much of a bit or make up much of a big deal.
Yeah, probably. Here he comes. He's moved over. Let him go.
So next car ahead of Tyler is Stuart Dix. So this could be interesting.
Look at this. Stuart's going for it. Nope. Yeah,
Oops.
where is he? Nope. Change. Looked like he thought about it a couple times there and then changed his mind. Backed out.
Yeah, if these two keep slowing each other up, though, it's going to allow Tyler to close up and also Marcus as well.
That was nice of Marcus Blitz. He knows that he came in late in the season, didn't want to hold up Tyler. That was really good sportsmanship right there.
Yeah, got Stefan Goebel in the pits.
Well, splash and dash.
That's a late step.
10 minutes to go.
So yeah, I thought at one point when Tyler had his issues that he was out of this, but credit to him for pretty much coming back through the field.
As long as those guys are tussling real hard, I have a feeling that Tyler can close in on them.
And I think also Tyler taking new tyres at his stop as well during the safety car. I think it might have just paid off for him.
That was a smart move. Yep.
But how hard Stuart Dick will fight him and not let him go by is another question.
What are we doing in TCR? We've got Gary Craig in the lead and Princess Pete in second. Wow, how do you like that? Scott Malcolm's in third.
I think it's whether can those two make it on fuel.
I'm sure Gary cannot, except if he saved a lot of fuel, same for Pete and Scott. Carl, it's more of a question. If he saved enough fuel under safety car, definitely yes. But that's still a question. Gary, Pete, and Scott pitted on lap 12. Safety car came on lap 14.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think Jaroslav, if he did not save fuel enough, he's gonna have to pit as well.
Oh, Tyler's going for it. Oh, Stuart!
Whoa!
Whoa! He's going to get away with that. He's going to get away with it.
I think Stuart might have been spooked by Tyler.
Wow.
So championship advantage to Tyler.
That was a professional major league slide right there.
Yeah, just wheel of the grass, wasn't it?
And all on his own.
Yep.
Oh, he did hit the wall.
Yeah.
I don't think he got a real bad slot there.
And he's now in the pits. Oh, geez,
He is.
what happened?
I think that blew the engine.
Oh no.
I'm not sure.
He's motivating. They can't have blown the engine.
There was definitely a bit of smoke coming out the back.
Oh,
whoops.
Oh,
what happened there?
That looked like a rage moment.
Yeah, he's disconnected.
Wow. Not a happy camper.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get why you've done that though. I mean, you should have kept going. I mean, second in the championship, it's not what you want, but it's still a decent result.
I
Well,
think he should still get second.
it's almost like he wanted to make sure he didn't have to come back out.
Yeah, let's check the points. Yeah, he's got a fair bit
Yeah.
against replay.
So, yeah, Tyler, no, it's on the back of Paul Burgess now, and yeah, if I was to pick a driver of the race, which we'll probably do at the end, we'll do at the end of the broadcast. You probably know who my money's on.
Yeah, Tyler's looking inside. Conrad straight. I think Paul's got the run on him this time. Tyler takes that corner really well. It's amazing how fast he goes through that, the cutting there. Down to 5 minutes to go. You see, Scott Malcolm has gotten by Pete Bingham.
Yeah, he'd been closing for a little while.
Pete must really be saving gas fumes or something. Paul Burgess and Tyler coming down to Forest Elbow. Another rapid trip down Conrad Straight. Let's see how this one plays out.
Yeah, and I think all these guys are going to have 2 more laps after this one.
That was really looking hard, pulling inside a little bit. Into Murray's. Let's see. Over under maybe? Whoop, whoop,
Whoa,
whoop.
whoa, whoa.
Oh boy. Could have been put him outside. Here's a replay of Pete got high. Yeah.
I called it. Concrete Pete.
High, wide, and mighty.
I called it on the chat.
Concrete Pete.
There we go. You got it, Mike?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Well, these two, this is a great last-minute battle, I have to say.
Let's see if Yaroslav can make it to 14 laps on the fuel.
How many more laps does he have? He's got to have, what, a couple more anyway,
He's
right?
on his 13 laps.
Yeah.
And he needs to do 1 more to make it to the end. But he did only 12, and most of people did only 13 laps. So that's gonna be tight for Jaroslav to get away with it.
Yeah, and he really hasn't been doing any drafting. He hasn't been behind anybody today. So, wow, Tyler's really pushing now.
Yeah, I think the only way Yaroslav might be able to make it is just doing some lifting and coasting, or a lot of it.
He might have. He might have. Yeah. Here he comes now. He's coming down through the Conrad Strait. Looks like Tyler's gotten past. Good for him. Nice move. Whoa, baby.
Yarrick is in. White flag is out.
We have the replay here of. Was there contact here? I didn't see it the first
Yeah,
time.
Yeah,
it
looked like Paul hit that curb and launched forwards.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it looks like that curve. He just went on that curve and it just bounced him out.
Right, so is Gary Craig going to have to pit?
Yeah, it's the same as Jaroslav. He did 12 laps on the fuel.
But Gary can fuel safe. No, he's coming in.
Now he's coming in, and look who's behind.
Yeah.
It's
Carl
Mr.
Hardy.
Carl Hardy.
Carl shouldn't have to pit.
Let's see what happens here.
Oh, Carl's in as well.
Uh-oh, here he comes. He's coming in the pits.
Oh, what about David Ayres?
You know who's going to benefit from this? So is Scott Malcolm.
David Ayres is staying out.
He's going to give it a shot. Gary Craig's coming back out. It's going to be close.
I think Gary should have it.
Going to be close. He definitely got out ahead of him.
So Marcus Bletz is going to fight Paul Burgess for the win.
Oh, what the heck
Whoa!
was that?
Did you do fall on the floor?
GT4. Yeah, that was my mic going again.
Oh, I thought it was your cake.
No, I've not had any cake, mate. Honestly, poor show in this house tonight.
Look at this cute little collection of cars here. Scott Malcolm, Carl Hardy, and who's that? Gary Craig?
That's Pete.
Oh, Pete. Okay.
And here is Paul Burgess taking home the win in GT4.
Well done, Paul. Really, really good job.
Marcus Bletz coming home second and AAA in third.
Jaroslav in fourth. Tyler Newitt fifth. Yes, Samai in sixth. Well done, yes. Wow, what a tussle here. Holy God. This looks like an accident just needing a place to happen. Wow.
So Gary Craig, he's going to take home the win in TCR.
What a great performance by Gary Craig. Carl Hardy moving in on Scott Malcolm. Whoa! Oh, Scott, give him a little shot in the hiney, why don't you? Jeez.
There weren't a lot in that for me.
I think Carl was just starting to run wide, but Scott, Scott still tagged him.
Pete got by both of them, though, didn't he? Wow.
Yeah, David Ayres came home second.
Scott's out of fuel.
which promoted Carl Hardy.
We need to do something about these fuel calculators for Scott because
Keep telling you,
it's not possible.
I think we should all chip in and buy him something. All right, just wait for the rest of these to come home.
And Mark Heron had a difficult day, but came home in 7th in TCR.
Oh, and they're all taking the jump.
Hey, good one. All right. In first place officially is Paul Burgess, 9th Light Racing. Second, Marcus Bletz. Very well done, Marcus, for VTS Germany. Uh-oh, we lost our... Oh, doing a replay. Third is at AAA. After his little problems, he still came home on the podium. Good job, Abdel. Fourth, Jaroslav Zabila. And he came fourth after trying to play Michael Telinagic, but didn't make out too well. Fifth was Tyler Newitt. Sixth, Yaz Samai. Seventh, Ben Cullen. Eighth, Stefan Goebel. Ninth, Rob Venn. 10th, Stuart Dick. And 11th, Jamie Jeffrey.
Do you know what, Bill? How many names can you murder in one result reading?
Very, very, very. Maybe the majority of the field, maybe.
Sorry, Ryan. Go on.
That's fine. And taking the win in TCR was Gary Craig, with David Ayres taking a well-deserved second, with Pete Concrete Wall Bingham finishing in third, Carl Hardy finishing in fourth, Scott Malcolm in fifth, Pete Van Gogh sixth, Mark Heron seventh, Martin Brennan in eighth, and rounding out the results in TCR was James Neve.
Right, guys, if you, between you, can just do a quick race summary. I'm just going to mute myself and get the results uploaded, and then we'll know for definite who's come where.
Go ahead, Ryan. Do your thing. I'll wait for you.
Hey, yeah, I'm not sure what to say about that race, but it was a great way to round out the season, and great races in GT4 and TCR, and a great recovery from Tyler, especially considering his issues in the early stages of the race, and taking a well-deserved championship. But overall, I think the racing in both classes was great, and I think the new season should be a good one.
Yeah, I can't disagree at all. It was the stage was set. We were in a perfect place to slug it out. Guys did a fantastic job. Was very close racing here and there. Pockets of racing, no matter where you were on the track. Some really great battles. Paul Burgess at the end with Tyler, really sensational stuff. AAA got in a little problem, toughed it out, finished, still got on the podium. Well done. Jaroslav, I still can't pronounce your name after all these years, but it was good to see you, and you were really fast here. I'll tell you. The boys, I'm sure, are glad that you didn't sign up for the whole season. And in TCR, of course, another great battle. And Gary Craig, God, the guy must live with the angels. I can't believe the job he does. He does a really great job. All in all, really a great evening and a culmination of a great season 3.
Certainly was. So let's have a look. Looks like we've got every man and his dog in for an interview tonight. So let's get in first our GT4 winner, Mr. Paul Burgess. Welcome to the booth.
Good evening.
Good evening. You were sort of, in the nicest possible way, sort of nowhere, but strategy, safety car, in the right place. It all came together, and a fantastic battle with Tyler at the end there.
Yeah, I think without the safety car, it would have been a lot easier actually, because I think I could have made it to the end. There was only I think me and Yaz and maybe Tyler and Abdul made it 13 laps on the first stint, and I think it would have been 26 laps. So I think we would have made it to the end. But safety car made things interesting, and then all chaos broke loose, which is what you expect at Bathurst. And once Tyler caught up to me, I wasn't going to make his life easy, because it was a race win on the line. I was really hoping Yaroslav had to pit. So I fought Tyler hard a couple of times, and the last time he sort of stuck it around the outside, and unfortunately we came together. I think I've watched it back. It was a tough one. I thought at the time it was a racing incident. I still think it was pretty tight. But yeah, shame I couldn't just have avoided that and done it cleanly. But still, a win's a win. So
yeah, another win in the bank, mate. And we were saying at the start of the broadcast, and if you watch it back, you'll hear us all basically say, it was absolutely wide open tonight. And the winner could have come from absolutely anywhere. And you was the man you are the man that is gonna stand on the top step of the virtual podium and drink some virtual champagne. And just to let you know as well, Paul, another congratulations for finishing third overall in the GT4 standings. So you just managed to pip AAA by 3 points there at the end. And your team, Ninth Light Racing, finished in 5th place in the championship. So good season all round for you guys.
indeed, and the most impressive thing I think was that I managed to make it to the jump at the end, because I was literally spluttering over the jump, and that was all
We did see it.
We're going to give you an 8.5 on that one. That was pretty decent until you crashed into the wall, Paul. Well done, matey.
So, Paul, before we let you go, any shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, just to everyone for this season. It's been fun. There's been ups and downs. Crazy. I have no idea who's won yet, so still that to find out. But yeah, it's been really good fun. And I'm looking forward to racing the GTE League next season.
Excellent. Well, we will see you very soon. Congratulations to our GT4 winner, Paul Burgess.
Cheers.
Yeah, well done, Paul.
Okay, so we haven't got Marcus Blitz in. So let's bring in for you, Ryan, our third place GT4 driver, AAA, Abdul Al Amri.
Evening, Clyde. Hi guys.
Yeah, I have to say, Triple A, that was a great recovery drive from you, considering the issues you had in the race, especially hitting the wall in the early stages, and we saw you spin on the exit of turn 1 and ploughing to the side of Tyler, and then to round it off, and to round it off, you had issues at the top of the mountain on the gravel and just avoiding the wall. So that race for you was a bit chaotic, you could say.
One to forget, which wasn't the case when I started practicing. That mistake, lap 1, I'll never forget that. I apologize to Tyler. And if it comes to it, I hope he wins it, and I'm not the cause of him not winning. If that makes sense. Yeah, really disappointed with myself for that incident. Never happened. It's gonna haunt me.
Yeah, it just looked like a racing incident that's easy to do around here, but both of you managed to recover and finish well. But overall this season, how do you think it's went? Do you think there's been rounds or races that you think you could have done better in, or is it basically went as much as you hoped it would?
First half of the season was going very well for me. I was leading with in points and all, and then I don't know what happened. To be honest, I think the first race that I started going downhill was the one which I had a hardware failure, the VR headset, and from there it's just been trying to recover. But Stuart and Tyler just geared up somehow. They got somewhere. They changed the engine, I think, in those cars, and they were really pressuring me. So that got to me. But all in all, it's been fantastic, and I'm gonna apologize to Tyler again. Whoever wins, because I don't even know.
And looking ahead to next season, Are you planning to race again? And if so, are you planning to race with this combination of GT4 and the BMW?
I'm still thinking about my commitment now, and hopefully you'll see me. That's what I can say at the moment. But I'm really down right now with this race.
And before we let you go, Triple A, anyone that you want to give a shout out to?
I gotta give a shout out to you first, you guys. All week in, week out. It's fun, it's just so much enjoyment watching this broadcast and the league. I want to thank everyone in the league. A bunch of awesome guys, I tell you. Clyde, you've done. I mean, all of you guys are doing something for us. So at the end of the day, we're loving it. And I want to thank Stuart. I want to thank Tom, Mark, my teammates. We've had good fun.
And I'm sure that we will see you back next season. We did say, that Term 1 incident, you would be absolutely devastated because that's not your style. I'm sure, you'll get over that and you'll try and work out what engine those guys have put in their car and you'll bounce back even stronger next season. Just to let you know, in the standings, you was pipped by Paul Burgess, so you actually finished 4th overall in GT4, 3 points behind Paul. But your team, Asymmetric GT4, took home the team championship. So not all doom and gloom, mate.
I'm gonna go look myself now. I lost 3rd place as well. Have it.
Sorry, I was trying to cheer you up. It obviously didn't work.
No,
Abdul,
I mean,
Abdul, cheer up, man. Come on. Those kind of things happen. I mean, you have 14 cars trying to get in the same spot. Sometimes it happens. And, you can practice all day long, but sometimes those mistakes happen and you can't be on yourself. You certainly didn't do it on purpose. So, we love you, guy. We want you back, okay?
Yeah. I love you too, guys. It's been awesome, really. And well done to Paul for the 3rd place. Well done.
Okay, so that was AAA. He's not thinking about his commitment for next season. He'll be back. He loves it. So let's bring in our TCR winner now, Mr. Gary Craig. Welcome to the booth.
Yay!
Good evening.
Another win, mate. That wasn't a lucky win, was it? I honestly believe that I actually thought that you would save enough fuel to get round there with the safety car's help. And then when I see you pit at the white flag, I thought, no, he's blown it. But you managed to get out in front of David Ayres and finish on the top step of the podium. Tell us all about your race.
Well, first off, David and Carl should be 1 and 2 in that race. They were really quick tonight. They've been quick in practice. I have to thank Carl because he gave me a setup because I was really, really struggling on Monday night. I was just so slow.
I bet you don't do that again.
Carl gave me a setup with about 20 minutes into practice. So I had the last 20 minutes of practice and quali on the new set and it just worked straight away. And the two of them were quicker than me. I was hanging on, but we'd made a deal beforehand that we would all just run to the end without fuel save and do a 2-stop and have a battle of it. But of course then the safety car came out and screwed that because they'd pitted a couple of laps early, so they couldn't make it to the end at all. And then when the safety car came out, I was 3 laps to the good, so I knew that at the end with that little bit of extra fuel I would have a less of a splash. And it got to the end, and I think Yaroslav had just pushed the whole way, not realizing that if he had slowed down, he wouldn't have needed to pit for the extra lap of fuel, so he would have won his race, and I wouldn't have need to make that second stop. But as it happened, it must have just ticked over the hour mark and did the extra lap, so loads of us had to pit there, and I was surprised to see Carl pit again because Carl had pitted under the safety car for the second, so I thought Carl was going to come past and win that. I was very surprised when he pitted. So 100% surprised for that race.
I must admit, I totally agree. I thought that Carl was the one in the box seat there once you came into the pit, but
I
it
was
wasn't
fully
to
expecting
be, was
him.
it?
I was fully expecting to drive by, but let's be honest, I give away a winner into Lagos, so I've been given one back.
Yeah,
That's
very
how I look
true.
at it.
Yeah, you know, they say, don't they? What goes around comes around.
Yeah,
So
that was a lucky win tonight. And I know you're saying it wasn't, but absolutely, I wasn't not the fastest car there. Pete Van Gool was absolutely flying, and both Dave and Carl were very quicker than me tonight. So I was not the first fastest car. I was the fourth at the best.
yeah, it was one of those races where as soon as people got into first place, they were cursed.
A little bit, yeah. It can go that way. It was a fun race. We had a really good opening stint. I was just clinging on the back of the guys. They were battling a bit. Pete hit the wall, and then Carl got a good lead after the first pit. But yeah, whatever. It just strange things can happen, and they did tonight.
Yeah, certainly did. So you know, you finished second place overall to Chris Shaw in the TCR Championship. You and Pete third place in the team championship. So on the whole, a successful season.
I think we talked at the end of last season. I'd been in the car for half a season there, and my aim was to go for third this season, knowing that I was there or thereabouts with Carl, David, Mark, and the usual guys. My aim was third, and I was really happy this season to not only close the gap quite a long way towards Tom and Chris. I'm still not there yet, but I closed it a lot. But then also when some other faster guys came in, like Lee, Ash, and Dan and Xavier, a lot of quick guys turned up this season, and I still finished on the podium 10 races out of 12, and one of those was when I got wiped out of Motegi. So I surprised myself this season. I didn't expect to close quite that much, and that target of third was met. And let's be honest, if Tom had not had work problems and not been able to attend, he would have had second. I was, again, lucky to get that second place overall, but the aim was met, and I think I was the third quickest car over the course of the season.
Yeah, good stuff. So before we let you go, apart from whoever made your trumpet that you've just blown, is there anyone else you'd like to thank?
Yeah, of course, you guys for organising the whole league, running the season, doing all the broadcasts and all the other stuff that go around it. To EDF for sponsoring that, for Sega for sponsoring the car. For Pete, as you mentioned, we got the team third place, so that was really good. And the rest of the guys who were always there on Discord, we help each other. And you know, Carl for putting on the practice sessions and giving me setups, and everyone else who races and everyone who watches.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on a successful season, and congratulations on your win in TCR, obviously. You're going to have to set yourself some higher goals for next season, mate. So you better start practicing now.
We'll just take it as it comes. I've just started a new job, and I'm getting back from work a lot later, so I'm going to set lower goals. And if I exceed them, then I'll feel great.
Just change your name to Pete Bingham, mate. Then your goals are set.
That's great. I can just stick in the wall every week and not feel bad.
Yes, Concrete Pete they call him now. So
no, Pete's done really well this season. He's done really well.
Okie dokie, mate. Well, we'll catch you again very soon.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Right, so next up we have got second place in TCR, Mr. David Ayres. And Ryan, I'm going to rob this interview because I haven't spoken to David for a while.
Go for it.
David Ayres, second place. Now, I'm going to claim credit for that because at the start of the broadcast, I said that you are one of the dark horses. You're one of those drivers that doesn't do anything spectacular. Not always, in focus on the broadcast. But when you put it together, you are more than capable of a win. And I honestly thought you had a win tonight. When Gary pitted, I thought you was going to get past him, but it wasn't to be. But a fantastic result anyway.
Yeah, well, pleased with that. Well shocked. Yeah, following Gary for the last few laps, I thought surely he's got to pit. Surely he's got to pit. He's not going to pit. He's not going to pit. But he did. But he just had too much of a lead on me to for me to catch him. But I think that was during the safety car because I made the decision to floor it during the safety car and try and get round and catch the back of the tail, then pit while everyone else was still going slow. But Gary behind me, I noticed he eased off and fuel saved. So I think that's
underhand tactics then.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but,
protest it, mate. We'll dock him 5,000 points, move you up in the leaderboard.
To him, he made the right choice. Bless him.
Yeah, that's it's weird, isn't it? Those split-second decisions on do I, don't I, shall I, shan't I? They can have a massive effect on the race result.
Especially when the wall's coming towards you at 120 mile an hour.
There's no need to talk about Carl like that. So, overall this season, you finished 6th place in the TCR Championship. Carl has pipped you by, would you believe, 7 points. So I'm sure that won't come up at work at all tomorrow, although you can hit him back with the fact that you beat him tonight. And result clothing 4th place overall in the team championship. Would you class that as a successful season?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, vast improvement on what we were, and hopefully we're improving all the time. But I think as soon as Carl opens his mouth tomorrow, I'm just going to throw a pie at it, and that should keep him quiet for an hour or two.
Let's see if you can fit another one in there, that is.
Have to be one of the big Frey Bentos ones, I think, to go in there.
Yeah, with the tin still on it.
That's it, yeah.
This season, have you enjoyed it? Have you learned much? Do you feel that your TCR racing has improved on the whole?
I think so. On the whole, it has. I think there's still a long, long way to go. I put some of it down to the equipment I've got, but like I say, you see some really fast guys out there using G29s and what have you. So it's just down to more and more practice, I think.
Yeah, we'll ask your wife about your equipment.
She'll tell you get the microscope out.
Join the club, mate. Hung like a wasp. So I know we've had a little bit of a chat on Facebook, and you was sort of pretty much not doing next season. Anything changed your mind yet?
Yeah, my apologies for that. I was a bit peeved and had
you're all right, mate. You're all right. It shit happens. We're after the watershed now. I thoroughly enjoy watching you race, especially you and Carl, because we know you just go at it hammer and tong anyway, teammates or not. Personally, and I'm sure the other guys will back me up. We hope to see you guys back next season, and we appreciate everything that you and Carl do for the league in the background, with your practice sessions and helping other drivers out and all the rest of the stuff that you do. So it will be a sad day if you two guys tell me you're not racing anymore. So don't make me come all the way over to Suffolk and bang your heads together.
We'll be back. We're going to at least another 1 or 2 drivers coming along as well to join the party.
Yeah, good stuff. So before we let you go, mate, because we've still got 83 interviews to go, and Carl is usually the longest one, so we might leave him till last. Anybody you'd like to thank?
You guys mainly for the excellent broadcasts. They're always extremely entertaining to watch. Hence why I don't normally hang around for the interviews, because I'm just too keen to get indoors and watch the broadcast, with the back of my mind that I've got to get up for work in the morning as well.
Obviously, at work, mate. That's what I do.
Yeah, I can't get away with that. Even though I am the boss, I still can't get away with it. Bless. Yeah, EDF Energy, all the sponsors for sponsoring the league, and all the result guys and the rest of the drivers in the league for just some fantastic fair racing with no sort of bickering or nastiness. It's really nice league to be part of.
Yeah, it's definitely very friendly, isn't it? And again, I put a lot of the blame for that on you guys at Result, the way you grab everybody and chuck them into practice sessions. You know, Stacey keeps me up to date on all the banter. So yeah, keep it going, mate.
We do it because we enjoy it. We're not doing it because we want to be competitive and be the latest, Lewis Hamilton. We just enjoy the hobby.
Yeah, you're just trying to suss out everybody else's weaknesses. I know.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Well, like I say, congratulations on your second place. Congratulations on 6th place in the championship, and congratulations on 4th place in the team's championship. And hopefully, we'll see you again very soon.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, guys. See you later.
Thank you, David.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Ryan, sorry about that, but I did really need to speak to David. So let's get in. I don't believe I'm actually saying this. Our 3rd place finisher in TCR for you, Ryan, Mr. Pete Concrete Bingham.
Yeah, Pete, way to go, Pete. Yeah.
You had a great race tonight, Pete, finishing in 3rd, and the best result of the season for you. And yeah, how was that race for you? That probably a bit of a shock, I should say.
Clearly, I've got you stunned into almost silence. So, I enjoyed that, and I have to say, the race result is pretty much the result of Cal Hardy. He gave me and Gary his setup about 20 minutes before the start of the race. Without that, I'd have finished stone last. There was no performance in the setup I had. His setup was absolutely fantastic. It was one from Okayama, believe it or not. And it worked beautifully. So I feel a little bit bad that I finished ahead of him, but not bad enough not to go, yeah!
So pretty much what we would call you as a bad, happy person, if you like.
Absolutely. Sorry, not sorry. No, it was a good race. I tried to keep with the front 3 guys who were way faster than me for as long as I could. After about 5 laps, they dropped me, and I was 2 seconds behind and didn't have any tow. Then I was a bit panicky about fuel. Then we pitted, then the safety car. Then I was panicky about fuel again. And had to do a splash and dash at the end. When I came out of the pits, Cal Hardy was literally coming out of the pits on his second stop, which I couldn't believe he needed. And we raced it to the end. Don't know what happened properly. I did ask, and I didn't really understand. At the not penultimate turn, but the end of the chase between Scott and Carl. I think Carl gave him a nudge. Scott ran out of fuel. I monopolised on both of them and ended up 3rd. So it's been a great season. I've enjoyed every minute of it. Tonight was really good. It's not like I've not done like 400, maybe 500 laps of this track in the last week, because we obviously did the 12-hour here in the GT3s, which was a blast, and we did remarkably well, to be honest. I did hit the concrete round here once tonight, but it was not a race-ending incident, so I've had a really good night. What other questions you got for me?
We did see that concussion.
I'm sure you did, and I'll be watching to see if Sam did it in slow motion.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Oh, behave, Sam.
Yeah, we came up with a new nickname for you as well after that. We Pete Concrete Bingham. So
yeah, I heard that on the broadcast. No need for it, in my opinion, but never mind. What other questions you got?
Yeah, just thinking to next season as well. Are you planning to return? And are you planning to return in the TCR?
I am, yeah. I'd like to anyway. It depends on what the commitments are for other broadcasts, etc. It's been great racing with Gary. He's been a real good coach, as in telling me what I'm doing wrong, so that I can learn and find faster ways to get around the track. And that has been a real benefit, to be honest. It's been great racing on Tuesdays and Wednesdays before this race with the Result Boys and a few others, like Tyler and Rob and occasionally Ben, getting that on-track race practice, understanding what other people do on the track. The psychos that are in officials really help you avoid crashes when you get into these races where you've got people you can trust. Thanks to Yaz for his massively annoying observations from last week on the broadcast. He needs a good poke in the eye, in my opinion. But unfortunately, he was very entertaining and should be broadcasting more often. But I never said that. It was a great season. I've really enjoyed all of it. And massive hats off to Gary and Chris Shaw and Tom Stanley, who wasn't here tonight but should have been, etc., etc.
So you heard it first, folks. Yaz is crap and needs to do more commentating.
Yeah, it's the same as me, isn't it?
Exactly what Pete said there. Pete, before I hand you back to Ryan, just to let you know, obviously a third place tonight, 7th place overall in the TCR standings, and
Good.
3rd place in the team standings. So on the whole, not a bad season.
On the whole, is that a bit like my paint from last season with the preparation H? Was it?
A whole lot.
Yeah. Well, I was aiming for a top 100, so I achieved my goal for this season. No, 7th is remarkably good for me. I don't usually end up that high. My high rating has improved, but not to those sort of standards. Very happy with that, to be honest. Hopefully, I can bring that form back into whatever we do next season. Are we running this next season? Somebody needs to tell me that, because I don't really know.
Yes.
Excellent. Then I'll be back doing this next season. Excellent stuff.
Yay.
As we can tell, Clyde's ecstatic about that.
Yeah,
so.
he's buzzing, isn't he? Yeah.
But yeah, again, congratulations on 3rd place tonight in TCR, Pete, and looking forward to seeing you on track. Hopefully, not hitting any concrete walls.
Excellent. I'd like to thank EDF Motorsports for sponsoring the league, Sacred for sponsoring the car, you idiots for doing the broadcast, Bill for being the most sensible one in the room, Sam for being the one that knows what's going on. Yeah, very scary. And Gary for being an awesome teammate.
Great to hear. So yeah, again, congratulations, Pete, and I'll see you next season.
Can't wait.
Cheers, Pete.
Right, guys, it's time to talk to a champion. So let's bring in our GT4 champion, Mr. Stuart Dick. Congratulations.
Hello.
I have got a burning question,
Yes.
and I really hope you say yes. So we see you bin your car, and then we saw you drive into the wall at the pit lane. Were you raging at that time?
I was, yes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
excellent.
Good man. Good man.
At that point, I'm like, it's over, because if I stopped for even to take the pit stop, it would have put me too many places behind Tyler. I'm like, it's done. That's why I stopped, and I thought I'll go into the interview room and see if the guys bring me in during the broadcast.
Stuart on the broadcast, I said he's damaging it far enough so he doesn't have to go back out again.
What a race, though, eh? I mean, we went from Abdul crashing into Tyler at the start, and the first stint was...
Yeah, how much did you give him for that?
I was actually a bit angry with him to start with when I seen him going sideways. I was like, you've just let Tyler into the lead after one corner and then took him out. But, I mean, the start was an anticlimax. I'm going, it's a bit of an anticlimax after that. And then I've seen him catching me up. I need to defend really hard. I've hit the grass because I'm defending too hard. Killed my car. I thought it's over. And then obviously Tyler and Paul have a wee bit of coming together. And I've just sneaked it over the line.
Yeah, 12 points in the end. It's been a long, hard season. AAA was leading the way. Then, incidentally, he's accused you and Tyler of putting some new engines in your car. Then you took over the lead, and you had quite a sizable lead. And then 4 wins on the trot from Tyler gave him a shout tonight. So it's gone all the way to the wire.
Yeah, it's been him. It's been exciting. At one point, though, I was only really focusing on Abdul because early on in the season, Tyler fell back, and I really wasn't watching his points. And so the races, for 3 or 4 races, I was like, I'm determined to win one, by not fuel saving, and the other guys are, and I couldn't do it. And it probably cost me 2 or 3 wins, but we got there in the end.
We certainly did. So congratulations on that, mate. Also, congratulations on taking away the team championship, you and Abdul.
Yep.
So, you guys have you've had a fantastic season, really, haven't you? And hoping that we're going to see you back for some more next season.
I'm afraid not. Nope. I'm going to go, Clyde, and enjoy the spring summer nights. Hopefully, I'll be allowed to go to a pub and get a pint of lager.
That's not happening.
I've got my fingers crossed.
I'm
yeah,
telling you, mate, wee Jimmy Cranky up there is not going to let you do that.
she's getting sacked after the day. That's fine.
Oh well, it'll be a shame to not have you back defending your title, but maybe you might get a few guest appearances in, and we'll see you again once the nights start drawing in up there in the frozen north.
Yeah, maybe. You might even see me in the booth once or twice if you want to give me a wee interview mid race or that now and again, a wee bit of insight to what's going on. You never know.
Yeah.
We'll be back. We'll be around for VRA, obviously.
Yeah, well, you're always welcome in the booth, mate. The wages are crap, so we've never even heard of minimum wage in here, so don't worry about that.
You can pay me in Scotch pies, Clyde. I'll be fine with that.
No, you never, mate. I love them. I got addicted to them once, so yeah. So, mate, look, champion for this season. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Well, we've got to give Tyler a shout out. It's been a fantastic season. I don't want to say he's been robbed because it's been up and down. It was a shame what's happened to him in that race there, and it's been a bit topsy turvy. But that at the end of the day is racing. But I've got to give Tyler a shout because he's been fair all season. Abdul for trying his best to put me off every week, and you guys for putting on the show.
Excellent. Well, like I say, again, congratulations for all of us on your GT4 championship win. I'll be in touch with you to sort out your prize, and congratulations on taking away the team championship.
Thank you very much, chaps. Take care.
Thanks, Stuart. Catch you later. Okay, so next up, let's bring in our very own Tyler Newitt, second place in the GT4 championship. Tyler, it was there, it wasn't there, it was there, it wasn't there. Are you ecstatic by getting second in the championship after a, should we say, a poor start, or are you about to give me a mouthful of verbal?
Oh, I was happy to take second. I obviously couldn't claim the prize anyway, so I was gonna pass that on to Stuart. Stuart drove an incredible season. He made fewer mistakes than I did, so hard to be upset with second in the championship. I'm more upset with how the race went today, because I feel like the world conspired against me to not let me win that one, and I've spent all week telling everybody that, every other week I just want to have a good race, but Bathurst I want to win. So it's a bit gut-wrenching, but I'll live.
Yeah, well, we think Stuart paid Abdul £50 to take you out at the start, so I think that was money well spent. And then you had the little coming together with Paul, didn't you, at the end? I'm going to sound biased, but it did look not naughty, but it was a move that wasn't on in my eyes. I did only see it once, so I may have got that totally wrong. But ultimately, you admit yourself, you made a lot of mistakes at the start, and then you put on that fantastic run of 4 wins on the trot. Really, really made a run for the championship. And made it, extremely exciting for us to commentate on. And I'm sure all the viewers at home, loved the fact that we had 2 guys going at it and drama all in the last race.
Yeah, I mean, just for today, I've talked it out with Paul. I think he would agree that he's acknowledged that it was a bit more than a racing incident. It was a mistake on his part. You know, I was clear and I'd left him room, and the last couple of corners I'd backed out because I didn't feel like I had enough of a run in the chase and I didn't want to risk it. But that time I did, and I thought I was in good shape, and I left him room just to be safe, and he still hit me. So I don't have a problem with people making mistakes because I certainly made a few earlier in the season. As I said to Paul, I was just disappointed that, you know, I think he let his emotions as far as going for the win overcome the sense of sportsmanship that we've had for this league. To me, anytime there's been any gray area of, you know, was I at fault for taking somebody out? You know, I stop and wait. I feel like that's been the general feel of the series for the entirety of the time that I've been in it. So I was mostly disappointed by that. And I told that to Paul, and he acknowledged. And, you know, I basically just said, think a little harder on it next time as far as waiting, because, you know, that's what I think that he should have done. But, you know, I understand at the same time that wins in this series are hard to come by. You know, I worked really hard the last 4 weeks to pull off those 4 in a row, and I really thought I had 5 coming today. Ultimately, it wasn't to be. Like I said, the universe made it very clear from the start of that race that it was not interested in me winning. So to say I deserved it would feel like a slap in the face to whatever forces in the universe were controlling the strings today.
Yeah, well, it's always nice to hear that drivers talk out incidents after the race. And you know, I don't know whether he did, but I think if I was Paul, I would point out the race where you took him out 73 times. I think every time you hit somebody, it was Paul. So yeah, maybe a bit of payback. I don't know. But, you know, ultimately, you know, second in the championship, second in the team championship as well. Still a successful season.
Yeah, I just want to. Paul made it clear to me it was not payback, and I believe him. I've not had an issue with him all season, and I think he's respected the, you know, when I've made mistakes. I think he just let the prospect of winning cloud his judgment a little bit, but I don't think it had anything to do with getting me back for taking him out at Silverstone.
I'm only joking.
Yeah, but no, I just don't want to, you know, talk poorly on Paul, because we all make mistakes. But no, the season was great. It was, yeah, like you said, I pretty much, I think I said, I forget if it was after Motegi or after Daytona, that I would need to win out to win the championship, and it almost happened.
Yeah,
I didn't think at the time that it was realistic, given, you know, the sheer pace that Stewart had all year, and Abdul and Paul, and of course Marcus had pace when he came in, and Yaroslav had pace when he came in, and Stefan had a couple races where he was quicker than me. So, you know, it took a lot of luck just to have a chance. So I'm certainly not going to complain about pulling off a second place, because it you know, I did what I could. I think is the best way to put it, and to expect more from that would just be a bit silly. So I'll gladly take second place. I hope Stewart enjoys his sim time, because he definitely earned it, and yeah, I'm looking forward to. I think I'm doing every BSTV championship for the rest of eternity. So
yeah,
VRA Sunday and BC and V8s, and you know, I'll be doing this till I get a job. So I'll be quite busy. So no time to dwell on missed championships, I don't think.
Excellent. Well, before we let you go, mate, any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, of course. Shout out to you guys, BSTV, and you know, you guys in particular. Obviously, you don't get leagues this popular and this respectful without some solid organizers. and you guys have done really an excellent job putting this together, and not just this, but the VRA, which has been phenomenal, and I'm sure that the PEC will be as well. But no, this is thanks to you guys. Thanks to EDF Motorsports for sponsoring the series with the great prizes. Really appreciate that. Thanks to all the other series sponsors, Virtual Racing Association, 365 hosts, Damar, Yato. I hope I pronounced that right. I probably didn't, but I think sometimes people don't realize how much goes into putting these on for everybody, and putting on a production of the quality that you guys do. So really appreciative to all the sponsors. Race Tech too. Sorry, can't forget Race Tech, because I do love the V8s, and I'm really looking forward to that season starting up again. So thanks to everybody who puts all of this on and keeps me busy when I'm bored.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to seeing plenty more of you, Tyler. So, again, congratulations on your second place in the championship and second place in the team championship.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, so sorry, Ryan, I do realise I am hogging these interviews tonight, but I did miss out last week and didn't get a chance to speak to anybody. So next up in the booth is our overall third place finisher in TCR, Scott Malcolm. Welcome to the booth.
How's it going, guys?
Well, you sound ecstatic, mate.
Shocked.
You obviously, with Tom not racing tonight, you managed to pip him by 6 points for third place.
I just can't believe that.
Well, to be fair, we always get an interview with you, Scott, and you're always very, very honest. And you know the areas you need to work on to get up there, and you've freely admitted yourself you should be finishing higher up. But you, on the whole, you managed to get up there in those top 5 places, score the points, and the championship table doesn't lie. It's given you third place in the championship, which is no mean feat.
No, it's not, considering the talent of the drivers that have raced this season. It was always going to be tough to get podiums and that with the likes of Chris, Gary, and Tom, and even Carol and David. The latter of these two they've just came on wonders in the second half of the season.
Yeah, and again, it third. You've made some mistakes in this season, but third place in the championship. I know I keep going on about it, but it's about, you've obviously made less mistakes than everybody else, because you're up there, and to me, it's not a fluke. Perhaps maybe if Tom didn't have work commitment issues, it would have been a 4th place. But you was there, you was racing week in, week out, took advantage of it, and pipped him.
Yeah, if you put it that way, then I'll take that.
And something I've got to ask you about the race tonight. Did you run out of fuel at the end?
Yeah, I ran out of fuel the last corner.
We are actually gonna do a bit of a survey tomorrow and find out what the most fantastic fuel calculator in the world is, and then we're gonna have a whip round and we're gonna buy it for you.
No, certainly not the one I've been using.
So, how did tonight's race go on the whole? Did you enjoy Bathurst?
Yeah, I always enjoy Bathurst, no matter what car it is. It's just such an iconic track, and I just love racing it.
Yeah, and it is one of those tracks here. We said at the start of the broadcast, when you do a good lap round Bathurst, you've done a good lap, don't you?
Oh yeah. Especially when you come down that dip. If you nail that dipper, that's it. You know you've done a good lap.
Yeah. Okie dokie, mate. Well, before we let you go, is there any shout outs you'd like to give at the end of the season?
It's just the usual lot for putting up these sessions and championships and everything you've done over the last 2 or 3 seasons that I've been involved in, and all the rest of the drivers as well.
And hopefully, I'm going to presume we're going to see you back next season.
Unfortunately, not.
Really?
Yes, I've decided to give someone else a try over the summer months, so at the moment you won't see me back till possibly after the summer, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a
But
shame.
I will be back.
Okay, well, we look forward to it when you come back. And again, congratulations on your 3rd place in TCR and 2nd place in the team standings.
Yeah, cheers for that. Thank you.
Okay, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Oh, I certainly will.
So, Scott Malcolm there. So, next up, I'm going to get in the Pie Man himself, Carl Hardy. Welcome to the booth.
Good evening. You right?
Good evening. Right, so let's talk about tonight's race first. The one that got away.
Yeah, I pitted at the safety car. I shouldn't have. That's really what cost it, I think. That's all right.
We actually thought that was the correct tactic. We then expected that we were sort of guessing that Gary would have to pit again, but we thought you would have been all right. And then it was a bit of a shock to us when you did pit on that coming up to the final lap.
I had a litre left as I pitted. It's not enough.
And how much was you using per lap?
Oh dear. No idea. I think Gary was saying 1.6, so I was probably doing around about the same. I don't know, maybe a bit more because he's super special at that stupid stuff at saving fuel.
So wouldn't that litre have got you up the hill and then you could have coasted down it?
Well, is this like something to do with weight taking me down a hill?
Well, gravity, mate. You know, big boys have got gravity on their side.
Yeah, and I just thought once you might be nice.
No, don't be silly, mate. It's not nowhere near Christmas yet.
Wicked race, though, wasn't it?
It was an absolutely awesome race. And the season as a whole, I'll ask you about it, but it's been absolutely fantastic. There's a different class of drivers in this league, Pete aside, obviously. So overall in the TCR standings, you finished personally in 5th place, and beat your nemesis David Ayres, who finished 6th. And the team as a whole finished in 4th place. So are you happy with those 2 results, or do you think it could have gone better, or on par, or was it better than you expected?
I didn't expect 4th overall in the championship. To be honest, I don't really look at it. I turn up on a Wednesday and have a laugh. I've done a stupid mistake tonight. I gave Gary and Pete my setup.
Yeah, we heard.
That won't happen again.
Well, no, it will, because I'd rather them be on pace so I can race with them.
Yeah, I know. I'm kidding.
So, and that's what I said to him. And then I said, as long as you don't beat my times. And then obviously Gary went and beat my time. So, yeah, there was a few names calling and stuff. It was funny. It's good. Get a banner.
Yeah, do what I used to do, mate. When people used to say, has anybody got a setup? I used to send them the baseline.
That's nasty.
So, I say season, from your perspective, we know you enjoy your racing, but, with these drivers, it must make it a bit better. There are leagues where it can get a little bit naughty, but these guys, like I said before, they seem to be a different class.
Yeah, 100%. I've only ever done one other league, and this by far is fantastic. The drivers, you lot, you know, all the banter between the drivers, you know, it's just really, really good, and it works really well. And obviously, we have to put up with you, but the others make up for it.
Well, you didn't have to put up with me last week, mate, because I was stuck at work. But you know,
it was very peaceful.
I had so many messages, you know, begging me to come back that you know I had to turn up this week.
I have already had a message, right, from a guy who's watched the stream for the first time, I think, saying, "I can't believe they've just called you Pie Man." I said, "That's standard. Don't worry. It's all about. That's what it's all about."
Yeah, see, that, you know, that's why we should get a slot on telly. We'd soon sort out that Formula One commentary, don't you, Wait? Anyway, mate, look, we've still got Yaz to go, and I have no idea what time it is in Yaz world, but he might be waiting to go to bed, or they might be turning his electricity off. So, any end of season shout outs you'd like to give?
Just obviously, Dave got his second place tonight, so yeah, brilliant for him. That'll put a little smile on his face, ready for the morning. And just overall, everybody, the whole lot, whoever's involved in, you know, you, BSTV, everybody, the drivers, throughout, you know, goes throughout the whole lot, whoever's involved. It's brilliant. Love it.
Excellent. Well, thanks as always for joining us in the booth. We always enjoy your witty retorts that you give us. So I'm sure you're going to get some grief off of David tomorrow because he beat you. But don't forget, you've got to come back because you beat him overall. So congratulations, and hopefully we'll see you next season.
You'll see me next season, and you're also obviously seeing me in the VRA. So I'll be about on Sunday night.
Excellent. Okay, mate. Well, take care, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, take care, lads. Well done. Cheers.
Well done, mate.
Yeah, cheers, Bill.
Right, okay, guys. It's been a slog, but last but not least, before he gets his electricity turned up.
Here's our new announcer.
Yeah, it's our part-time commentator, Yaz Samai. Welcome to the booth.
Good evening. Good evening. I just said that people were calling you to come back. I don't think that's true. Nobody calls it either.
Mate, you know how much rand you sent me to come back, so you didn't have to do it again. We had a chat with Pete earlier. I don't know if you heard, but he said you're an absolutely shit driver and you should stick to commentating.
Well, that's because I said that I call it as it is. Huh? Call it as it is.
How did you find Bathurst first?
Well, I found it when you sort of click through the menu on iRacing, but the track itself, I actually enjoyed it. I was looking forward to it. After the weekend, I mean, we crashed out after like 4 hours in the 12-hour. So, I was looking forward to some kind of redemption. I was quite happy that I made it through the race with 0 incidents, and then decided to crash after the flag and put an incident point on there. So I think if you can make it through with a 0 incident at Bathurst, you've hit gold. So that was good.
Yeah. Incidentally, now you've finished your little funny there. Anybody in the UK that's old enough to remember a program called Spitting Image? When you think of Yaz, just remember the song "I've Never Met a Nice South African." So Yaz, your season as a whole, how have you found it? Do you I personally think that you've improved. Do you feel that you've improved as a driver?
Yeah, for sure. I think over the 2 seasons that I've been here, it's been great. Everybody who's been entered has been, very helpful, and I've learned a lot from the beginning. I can even remember in the beginning overdriving the car and just not doing the right things. It's definitely been some improvements. I think tonight as well, I had a good strategy. If it wasn't for the safety car, I would have probably picked up another one or two places. I think Tyler and Abdul were quite way back with with an extra stop to do had it not been for the safety car. So yeah, I think I don't particularly have fast pace like the fast guys, but I think that my driving has improved to be able to at least be a little bit competitive, and it's been fun.
Will you be back next season?
Still undecided. I have entered the VRA, so I'm looking forward to that. Driving a different car, so I'll definitely still be driving in Backfire. I just haven't quite decided about the GT4s yet.
Well, we hope you do, because, like I say, you are one of the drivers. In GT4, obviously yourself and Stefan, and I don't know where Mr. Oreo was tonight, but we've definitely seen improvements in you guys, and we always like to watch the steady improvements. And as you were saying, everybody's very helpful in this league. And you see the people that actually take notice of what other people are telling them, because you see it in their results. You do get other people that think they know best, and you don't see it in their results. But you're certainly one of those that have listened to other people, took the knowledge on board, and you're getting faster and faster. So yeah, we would certainly like to see you back next season.
Thank you for the compliment of the not nice South African.
It's actually a very good song, that is.
Oh, it was sung. Obviously,
I'll find it and I'll send it to you. Believe me.
They obviously haven't met any South African, but yeah, for sure. I think it's fun to be around, to be around people who want to race with you regardless of where you are in the pack, and the encouragement is always there. I mean, even for a sixth place, you get the encouragement because it's from where I've been to where I am now. It's getting a lot better. So it's great to be around those people. And Asymmetric has taken us on in their team for the VRA. So yeah, so it's a good place to be among these people. So I've enjoyed it.
Just don't take any notice of AAA because he keeps crashing. And Stuart come to that. So yeah, that's a dodgy move. That is.
If I don't race, I'm always open for commentary. Apparently, I do that better than what I drive. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll get a translator in, mate. Don't worry. We've got one for Ryan. So
yeah. No, thanks, man.
So I'll say 6th tonight. I think 9th overall in the championship and 5th in the team championship. Fairly successful season,
I would say, compared to where we have been. So it's a good. It could have been better, but I've enjoyed it. I think tonight was fun more than anything else. I didn't feel any pressure to do anything, and then just got a good good result for me. So I think that's what it's going to have to be about. Having fun. And yeah, the results will come. I think Paul did well for the win. Like I said previously in another interview, he was kind of robbed a couple of times of wins. So I'm glad for him that he's won it. And yeah, it's been great being his teammate. He's been obviously he's been the most helpful to me. So shout out to him for his result tonight as well.
Excellent. Well, fun is always should be the first word with sim racing. So glad you're having fun. And thanks for joining us in the booth tonight.
Thanks to you guys too. Good show that you guys put on, well organized and everything else. It's just amazing to be part of. Thanks.
Yeah, we're proper pros. We are. Well, apart from Sam, anyway, and Ryan and Bill. But I'm a pro. Yeah. Okay, Yaz. Well, great to talk to you tonight. And let's say we hope we will see you racing next season. But if not, I'm sure we'll find you a spot in the booth in the corner somewhere.
I'll send you my invoice.
Excellent. Thank you, Yaz.
Cheers, man. Bye.
Right, gents. So that is all the interviews over, and we had about 19 million tonight.
Mackerel.
First off, let's finish our final little winner. And Bill, give me your driver of the evening.
I'm going to pick David Ayres tonight.
David Ayres. Okay, so yeah, I can't really disagree with that, to be honest. That yeah, okay, we'll have one of them for Mr. Ayres. Ryan, let's have a look at your driver of the meeting, shall we?
My drive of the evening, or meeting day rather, I would have to say Marcus Blitz. He came in towards the end of the season and started off a bit slow, but kept out of trouble tonight and managed to finish second in GT4.
Okay, so no, Marcus hasn't had a vote before, but like you say, he's not been with us very often. Samuel, I always want to call you Samwell. Who is your driver of the evening?
I will go with I don't know. It's between Gary and Tyler, because as Gary took Carl's setup, I will go with Tyler today.
So you're going for Mr. Newitt. So there's obviously no bias in there whatsoever. So let's stick another one on Tyler's score. And for me, I can't disagree with any of you, to be fair. I was going to go for Gary, but I know Gary's quick. I've known Gary through sim racing for a long time, and Gary should be on the top step of the podium a bit more. And I expect next season he will be up there challenging. Yes, Tyler. Again, Tyler could have won that. Wasn't for that little contact at the end. Another one that caught my eye was AAA for his recovery drive through the field after his turn one incident. On speed, I think Carl Hardy was probably the one of the fastest TCRs out there. Pete Bingham's another one that could have got my vote because he finished third. But ultimately, I'm going to agree with Bill and go for David Ayres. As I said at the start of the broadcast, he just seems to be one of those that we don't really see because he doesn't do anything spectacular. But when the track is right, when his setup is right, when he is right, there's a win round the corner for David, without a doubt. So, yeah, my vote agrees with Bill and goes with David Ayres. So, our driver of the season, guys, after everything was tallied up, and he also will win one of our fantastic prizes, is Mr. Rob Venn. So, congratulations to
well done,
Rob Venn. Top three were Rob Venn with 6 votes, Paul Burgess with 5, and then tied for third was Stefan Goebel and Tyler Newitt. So, guys, it's been a long one. Usually is at the end of the season. Bill, give us a quick summary of the season that we've just seen.
Been a great season. Big shout out and thanks to EDF for sponsoring the best season we've had so far. The third year was a charm. A lot of competitive racing, good sportsmanship. Overall, how could you deny it was a great season? I can't say more than it was wonderful to have it climax right here at Bathurst, one of my favorite tracks and favorite track of a lot of people. So it was a great season. Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, and you know what they say, you can't beat a good climax.
Damn
Ryan. That must be a distant memory, Bill. Ryan, your summary of the season, please.
Yeah, it's been a good one in both classes. It's been really close, and both championships were close as well. But overall, this season, I think the racing has been great, and there's been some drivers having good results during the season, and I think next season is looking to be a good one, and hopefully we'll have some new drivers joining us as well, which should make it a lot closer as well.
Yeah, and cameraman Sam, your thoughts on season 3?
I'm looking for season 4. It was such a blast season. I mean, I say this since we started season 1, but this is my favorite iRacing league.
You say that by all of them.
No, this one is really my favorite. Driver clean 99% of the time, which is awesome on iRacing. Races are always super fun to watch. I think we all enjoy these ones. And I think overall driver are super fair with each other. And yeah, races are great. So let's go for season 4.
Yeah, and for me, I basically echo what all the guys have said. I think it's been the best season so far in this league. Obviously, we've planned a season 4. The schedule should be announced next week once iRacing put out their official schedule. There will be no broadcast on Wednesday next week because it's iRacing week 13. For those of you that don't know, that's when everything goes wrong. But we'll be back the week after, starting again. A few drivers tonight have said that they won't be in, so we'll have to see what we get and see if we get some new drivers in. But yeah, absolutely fantastic season. From tonight and from this season, I'd like to thank all the drivers. They've been absolutely fantastic. Everybody that's joined in on the chat, we've had hundreds of people watching us over the 12 races, and we've had a good giggle with most of them. Thanks to Sam for being our steady cameraman. Bill and Ryan for joining me in the booth, and also Ryan for standing in for me when I couldn't make it last week. Stacey as well, done a couple of broadcasts with us, and Yaz came in last week. I know we all enjoy commentating on this series. EDF for sponsoring the series and giving us the fantastic prizes. Virtual Racing Association as well. We work very, very closely with them, and we're glad that we've got a nice partnership with them. Obviously, as we usually say, make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure you follow us on Facebook. Then you'll never miss another broadcast. And talking about broadcasts, we haven't got a lot on the rest of the week, but then after that, it goes absolutely mental. So on Sunday, the Virtual Racing Association Grand Touring Club Cup is back for season 2 with the media day using the GTE cars, and we got the champion from season 1, Ty Simons, to pick the track for media day, and interesting choice. I think interesting is the right word. Maybe mental might be the right word. But Monza combined with no chicanes. So
oh my word.
it's going to be an absolute hoot. Add to the fact that Sam is also going to be teaching me how to do the cameras. So anything could happen on Sunday, but hoping that everybody will join us for that. And then we haven't got anything for the rest of the week. Like I say, it's iRacing week 13, and currently we're back on the 14th of March with another media day for our brand new series, the Prototype Endurance Challenge. That's using the Dallara LMP2 cars. We've launched some of our leagues already. So, like I just said, Production Endurance Championship, that's our new one. Still plenty of spaces left in that. Sign up on the website. The VRA GTCC Season 2 is filling up rapidly. So if you are umming and ahhing whether to join up or not, get in quick. We have over 40 drivers on the grid already, and we only have 60 spots available. We've also got Season 11 of the Racetech V8 European Supercar Series. Again, you can sign up for that on the website, and once we've got all the details for this series, that will also go live on the website and people can sign up. So plenty to look forward to. Bit of a slow week coming up, and then it goes absolutely mental. And just one other little snippet of information for you. We are going to do something that we've never done before. And the answer to that is not we're going to act professional, because that's never ever going to happen. But on Thursday, the 18th of March, in conjunction with our friends at Next Level E-Series, we will be broadcasting our first ever NASCAR race. And that is from the Charlotte Oval. I know for a fact Mr. Pete Bingham is really excited because he wants to give it the boogity, boogity, boogity thing. We've never done NASCAR before as a commentary team, but that, again, I'm sure is going to be an absolute hoot. So that's one for your diaries. So, guys, that's it for this season. That's it for tonight. I've done all the thanks I need to thank. So I shall say good night. Let the guys say good night. And then we will bid you farewell for season 2 and hopefully see you again soon. So good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night, everybody. And a special thanks to EDF for making our third season the best ever with really great prizes for everybody. And thanks to the commentary group. It's been wonderful working along with you guys. Great group of drivers. We've had a lot of fun interacting with them, and especially to the people that listen in and support us. So again, thanks a lot and have a good evening. Hope to see you next season.
Yep, thanks to everyone that's been tuning in this season, and yeah, look forward to more of the same in the new season.
And I guess it's my turn, so instead of talking to Chris Shaw, which is on the chat, hello Chris, congrats for your win for the championship. Hope you will be back next season. That's gonna be a good night for me, and we'll see you on Sunday with Clyde on the camera, so we will all laugh about him.
Oh my God.
And I just cocked up as well. I should have voted for the safety car driver as driver of the meeting because he didn't crash.
Oh God.